hijacking Sahelanthropus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs. We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Please select a mission.
Skullface, real name unknown. Born in Hungary. Specifically northern Transylvania after it reverted to Hungary from Romania. While he was young, the country allied with Germany as part of the Axis powers, but later during the war, it came under Soviet occupation. The Hungarians struggled for independence, but the Soviets came down hard. Just like time and again, the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him. All he had left was his skull. Skullface first tried his hand at espionage during all the chaos from the war. Agents, military officials, and soldiers who operated out of Hungary during the war vanished over the course of several months. This Soviet spy hunt rocked the counter-intel world. Mysterious fatal illnesses, accidental deaths, drownings, people having strokes behind closed doors. Just like Stalin, no one knew who was behind it. But all you need to do was look for who had the motive. They were all taken out by a man without a face. And now we've got an idea of how he did it too. He'd gotten revenge for his people, but he wasn't finished. Skullface defected to the West, eventually ended up with the SAS. That's where he met Zero. It's possible he began planning this whole thing back then. It's hard to say. In any case, Zero made him his XO. He always did have a thing for oddballs. But this one was set to lead a unit no one else would know about. When Zero created Fox, he also formed XOF as a support team. An unconventional special forces unit designed to support Fox, make it stronger, with Skullface giving the orders. Zero never even told the boss about it, nor the CIA, naturally. If Fox was Zero's silver bullet, XOF was the recoil when he pulled the trigger. Just like Newton's third law. While you were with Fox, Skullface was operating behind the scenes. Sometimes as your backup, sometimes as a mole or a scout, sometimes as your cleanup crew. Fox's tail, making sure the mission succeeded and that you survived. We only have his word to go on, but Skullface's goal was revenge against those who'd use language to subjugate people. Those corrupting a people's identity by forcing a new tongue on them. Those using the power of language to control information. Naturally, that set his sights on Zero. To Zero, English was simply the most convenient code. But to Skullface, English was a parasite. And by eradicating it, he'd stop the world from being eaten away. If that didn't work, he was ready to see the world scorched by nuclear fire. To save language, culture, and race from annihilation, he was willing to overstep the hands of the doomsday clock. That is, of course, if you believe anything he had to say.
Boss, we gave Ralph, that kid who died in the accident, a burial at sea. The man in charge of that facility has been severely punished. But ever since, the kids have been acting strange. It's obvious they've lost their trust in adults. I was getting reports of them ignoring the staff, or getting insolent, and even violent. And a few days later, several of the kids did a disappearing act. They snuck into choppers and shipping containers and got off base. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. These kids were born in a war zone and forced to grow up as warfighters. If they're left alone, war is how they'll die. But I thought we showed them there are other reasons to live. I never liked having children on Mother Base. But the thought of them going back to the battlefield and picking up their old lifestyle is something I can't stomach. It makes me think of Chico, 9 years ago. We have to get those kids back. Hell, they know too much about our operation. I never expected even the kids to betray us. Snake, you remember the White Mamba? Of course, he's been going by Eli since we brought him on base. He was the leader of the child soldier unit we took out of that village and into our protection. Well, according to the kids you brought back here, all the escapees were especially close to Eli. There's reason to suspect he's behind all 6 escapes. We've already detained him. I'll be questioning him shortly.
Wait. You'll be?
Ocelot.
You're incapable of taking an impartial stance with those kids. Question them all you want. It'll get you nowhere.
Ocelot, you get too many kicks from your art of interrogation.
It's not a matter of art. It's about quick, minimal strokes of psychological warfare. That's what gets the answers. And it's the best way to keep both questioner and subject safe. The risks only increase the more an interrogation drags on. At that point, it causes as much pain to the inflictor as the inflicted.
Like I said, too many kicks.
What I'm trying to tell you is we need quick results. Otherwise, it'll be too little, too late.
I know that.
And besides, I know the subject. I won't go overboard with a kid.
Forget it. You're not needed. Snake, we'll want to question the other kids too. Be sure to bring them all back. Snake, about the escaped children. Eli confessed. The way he tells it, they wanted to go back to the battlefield. Don't rob them of their freedom, he said. If you bring them all back, there will be consequences. Next to be asking for our surrender.
Consequences? What consequences?
No idea. That's all I have for now.
You're too attached to those kids. Stop protecting Eli.
Listen to yourself.
Let me question him, and we'll get some real answers.
Not necessary. I'll report as and when.
Boss, we found weapons in the children's section of the living quarters. As you know, weapons are strictly off limits. We've got some rule breakers. The weapons we found were handmade. Blades ground out of knives and forks, a couple of bow guns built out of scrap, and explosives made using detergents. And get this, the explosives were tightly packed with nails. The kids put the blame on, you guessed it, Eli. I guess that's what he meant by consequences.
I questioned him about it, but this time he claimed they want to be put out on missions. Send us to the battlefield, he says.
Miller, enough is enough. You've protected him too much already. It's my turn to question him.
Protected?
What Eli's doing is issuing a threat. Comply with my demands or I'll respond with force. But it'll be war at this rate. Forks and soap aren't gonna kill us, but some of them will end up dead. Is that what you want? Now, I hate to say it, but they want to be on the battlefield. It's time you gave up this fantasy.
Eli, he said they'd rise up against us if we bring the last kid back.
There, you see? Ignore his demands. Don't let him return to quarters. That attitude is contagious. We'd lose control over them for good.
For the time being, we've confiscated those handmade weapons. We're bumping up security and the number of psychiatric counselors. As for Eli,
he needs some very special care.
You mean solitary?
Well, we can't leave him in contact with the other kids. If you won't do it, I will. Boss, keep working on extracting those kids.
The kids you brought back to base have laid out the situation. They all escaped to each of their home villages, or were trying to get home and lost their way. Not that homesickness is gonna explain everything we've seen.
Each of their home villages? They were trying to raise troops for the rebellion.
You really think these kids have an armed uprising in them?
You read the report of the security team member who had a rock thrown at him. There'll be a riot if we don't do something. And Miller, this is because you didn't act fast enough.
Fine. I'll admit you were right this time.
Seal off the kids' quarters from outside contact before it's too late.
All right.
Eli said his rebellion would start when the last kid is brought back, right? You better be ready to meet him head on if it really happens.
Yeah.
You should have left it to me in the first place.
Boss, they're just kids. We have a responsibility to see that those kids make it. It's not about feeling protective or the pros and cons. I hate kids. That's exactly what I heard from the people who raised me. People who abandoned me, more like. That's the spark that kept me going, you know? I wanted to show those adults what I was made of. Wanted to get back at them one day. But before I knew it, I was all grown up. Never saw it coming. All of a sudden, people treated me as an adult. Some adult I turned out to be. But I feel like if my life had been different, if the adults I knew had been different, I could have grown up better. Yeah, that's it, all right. I wanted to use those kids to test that theory. That's all this was. From their point of view, I'm no different from the assholes who gave me a hard time. When this is all blown over, I'll talk it out with them. If that's still possible. Boss, there are still kids out there. Bring them back safe.
Boss, it's me. Eli's revealed what he wants. He wants to speak with you. With Big Boss. He just said, bring my father here. Eli's too smart for his own good. No way to tell what he's thinking. All we know for sure is his men are important to him. That means we can use the escaped kids as leverage in any negotiation. Once you've brought the last one back, I'll interrogate him. If the kids do rise up, we'll meet them full force. End of story. I didn't want things to turn out like this. We could have prevented it, but it's too late now. If Eli means to take this all the way, he's gonna force us to do the same. Boss, go get that last kid.
Caution. Rain approaching.
We finished decoding the informant's report. That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets called him the Third Boy. The Third Boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts of Moscow from Czechoslovakia, after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad, then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to Moscow. According to the report, the Third Boy was easily influenced by other individuals' biofields. Evil thoughts, in particular. They affected his mind like a virus. Extreme anger or resentment, motives for revenge, in other words. Now, during the transport flight to Moscow, the boy was exposed to a powerful mental energy field coming from a certain individual. Ever since, being conscious of his powers, he's become a sort of energy generator. What's unique about him is the way his acute telepathic abilities get taken over by another person's will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's natural strengths. Or, in accordance with the host's desires, he can also implant program code in another individual, making them a puppet, essentially. Human neural synapses transmit weak electrical currents between neurons. These electrical currents, though at a level difficult to observe, warp the magnetic field outside the body. The Third Boy is able to pick up these weak fluctuations. Contrary to psychotronics, which involves controlling the human mind, his abilities as a receptor are too high. The emotions he picks up from another individual are amplified and unleashed into his body as they recur in his brain. They turn into microwaves, which then affect the physical world, triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, moving an object without touching it. There's one other thing. While he's parasitizing a host, the boy's ego gets shut away, allowing the will of the host to take control of his powers, like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening. Somebody's extreme anger has manifested through the Third Boy's powers in ways none of us could have predicted, which would mean this was going on somewhere around us. Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus, they both came to life thanks to the third boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the hospital on Cyprus. The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared at the Hamid Fighters Fort where the honeybee was hidden. There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted. Same goes for when we extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via the third boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point. But even the informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in the cave within Surat power plant. Sahelanthropus suddenly became active, then crushed not only the man on fire, but Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was at that location and bore anger more extreme than either of them? Whose will was controlling Sahelanthropus? According to the report, emotions transmitted in children's brains affect the surrounding magnetic field more strongly. Cerebral nerves are covered with insulation called myelin sheaths to increase impulse speed. The reason for this leakage has to do with the fact that children's myelin sheaths are still developing. So, how many children do you remember being there? Children with a burning desire for revenge and bearing a grudge against you. I can think of only one. Eli. We don't know what kind of life he's had, but the resentment he's shown toward adults is nothing short of extraordinary. The third boy resonated with Eli's mind. And that means Eli bore the strongest animosity of all individuals within the boy's reception range, estimated to be a 3-mile radius, beating out even Volgan and Skullface. The third boy has probably remained hooked on Eli's anger since. You remember at the Devil's House, the third boy showed an interest in Shabani? That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't feeding off him, but acting in symbiosis with him. So what kick-started the third boy's powers? If we look at the location and time that his plane went down, we can make a pretty good guess. When the plane experienced the first anomaly, it gave an accurate report of its position to a control tower, due north of the Black Sea, 125 miles east of Kiev. Dead south on the Black Sea is Cyprus's Green Line. So the plane's position was directly north of the hospital where you'd been asleep for 9 years. And this anomaly was reported at exactly the same time that you woke up. The plane was enveloped in flame from the inside out. The fuselage burnt to ashes. There were no survivors, at least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain. That would have been more than enough to trigger his abilities. Your rage was like a big bang in his head, blowing the lid off his powers. The boy was then secretly moved to the lab outside of Moscow where Volgan was comatose. There, Volgan's thoughts resonated with the boy and he was awakened. Volgan became the man on fire, hell-bent on getting revenge on you. His instincts led him straight to you. Skullface knew Volgan from Operation Snake Eater, or perhaps from even before. Monitoring this pair of extraordinaries, he discovered the hospital and sent his assassin and XOF. Skullface was probably watching the situation from close by. Then, realizing how useful these two test subjects could be, he approached them. Reacting to Skullface's thirst for revenge, this time the boy let Skullface's will control Volgan. Volgan, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's will, kept on moving, though his body was little more than dead meat. Perhaps there were moments where even your thoughts affected him as well. But without the boy's power, it was like the plug had been pulled from the socket. Everything was powered by anger, malice, revenge. This is how the end of the report sums things up. Both the third boy and the man on fire were originally test subjects of paranormal research for military applications. Like telekinetically controlling the leader of an enemy nation and making him launch a nuke. Or stopping the heart of someone on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall. Experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only crime was being born with unique gifts. But he was sacrificed on the altar of war. His life reduced to slavery under other people's wills. Turned into a living weapon with no will of his own. Eventually, the only emotion he could feel must have been the desire to get revenge for the hand he'd been dealt. Boss, it's you that awakened the boy's powers. But there's more to it than that. I guess the anger emanating from you was something he could truly relate to.
Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan. Heading to Afghanistan.
Boss, your objective is to eliminate as many enemy combat vehicles as you can. For this mission, we're backup for the guerrillas' offensive. That means our mission isn't over until theirs is. Keep an eye on the remaining time. Also bear in mind that you'll fail the mission if you don't take out a single vehicle. As for payment, the more vehicles, the bigger our paycheck. So give them a real fireworks show. Check the target's locations on your map. Once you've spotted incoming reinforcements, their location will be added to your iDroid too.
Be careful down there, boss.
Map has been updated.
this mission, we're back up for the guerrillas' offensive operation. Take out the incoming Soviet combat vehicles. Each one you eliminate will contribute to our reward. However, you'll fail the mission if you don't take out any at all. Boss, each vehicle is a piggy bank just waiting to be smashed. Get as many as you can.
Analysis complete. Targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map. Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies. In this mission, we're back up for the guerrillas' offensive operation. Take out the incoming Soviet combat vehicles. Each one you eliminate will contribute to our reward. However, you'll fail the mission if you don't take out any at all. Boss, each vehicle is a piggy bank just waiting to be smashed. Get as many as you can. From the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
ЛКП, понял. Ищите подозрительные. Конец связи.
Information on a new target. Check your iDroid for their predicted route.
quit kidding around. Snake?
In this mission, we're back up for the guerrillas' offensive operation. Take out the incoming Soviet combat vehicles. Each one you eliminate will contribute to our reward. However, you'll fail the mission if you don't take out any at all. Boss, each vehicle is a piggy bank just waiting to be smashed. Get as many as you can. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map. Information on new targets. Check your iDroid for their predicted route.
Mark, the map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Post captured. You have arrived at your destination.
He's coming too. Roger that. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Target elimination confirmed. Got any more in you? Boss, we spotted a four-wheel drive transporting a prisoner. It's not part of the mission. We think you can bust him loose, just if you have the time to spare.
Detected. The map has
A target has left the mission area. It's too late to eliminate that one. Just focus on taking out the remaining targets. You've got other targets closing in. You can check their predicted route on your iDroid.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Enemy equipment detected. Map system updated.
In this mission, we're back up for the guerrillas' offensive operation. Take out the incoming Soviet combat vehicles. Each one you eliminate will contribute to our reward. However, you'll fail the mission if you don't take out any at all. Boss, each vehicle is a piggy bank just waiting to be smashed. Get as many as you can. Team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
КПС-10, мы потеряли вражеского снайпера. Остаемся на чеку. Прием. Это КП, понял. Оставайтесь на чеку. Конец связи.
Please select a drop point.
In this mission, we're back up for the guerrillas' offensive operation. Take out the incoming Soviet combat vehicles. Each one you eliminate will contribute to our reward. However, you'll fail the mission if you don't take out any at all. Boss, each vehicle is a piggy bank just waiting to be smashed. Get as many as you can.
down.
The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Понял. Занять оборонную позицию и найти снайпера. Конец связи.
Great. Now on.
哈？对。Hello, hello, hello.什么？他的网络也太烂了吧！
To the next. Boss, we have information on new targets. Check your iDroid for their predicted route.
Понял. Будьте наготове. Конец связи.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Hi. 真的。嗨。
Target elimination confirmed. Got any more in you?
我是在玩特工选举。
Boss, we spotted a four-wheel drive transporting a prisoner. It's not part of the mission. You think you can bust them loose? Just if you have the time to spare.
你做什么的更新档？
Roger that.
哦，更新可以玩的，对。
Boss, Target has left the mission area. It's too late to eliminate that one. Just focus on taking out the remaining targets. You've got other targets closing in. You can check their predicted route on your iDroid.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
КП, это свой один! Замечен взрыв! Ущерб неизвестен! Прием! Это КП, понял. Все единицы. Будьте бдительны и найдите нарушителей. Конец связи.
你等一下，你说哪一个活动？哦，它有什么活动？嗯。哦。那个手机游戏。
That prisoner we rescued provided some intel. We now know the location of a hidden enemy staging area. Check it on your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
You gotta extract him.
КП, это Дмитрий 6. Тут что-то странное. Жду указаний. Прием! Всем боевым группам, это КП. Мы вступили в схватку с противником. Всем боевым единицам приготовиться к бою. Свой один, это КП. Открыть подавляющий. Прием! Это свой один! Ков понял! Подготовка к минометам!
Boss, need a little extra firepower? We spotted a Soviet weapons transport truck. Apparently its cargo is something pretty powerful. What do you think? Should we make
对
them
啊，
share?
很难抽。
Tread carefully, boss.
Updated. 嗯。我也不知道。
КП, это Дмитрий 6. Потерял противника из виду. Ищу последние точки соприкосновения. Прием! Это КП, понял. Проверьте, но осторожно. Конец связи.
有啊，反正免费代币也不用白不用了。
The target has left the mission area. There's no way to eliminate it now. Head for the remaining targets. Boss, we have new targets. Check your iDroid for the details.
可以，但是我不会用，我没有很仔细去研究那个东西。
Противник ушел из виду. Собираемся обыскать местность. Прием! Это КП, понял. Обыщите каждый угол. Они где-то здесь. Конец связи. Штаб, это КП. Возразился огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ, но потеряли врага. Враг может все еще прятаться поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Прием!
The guerrillas' offensive will be ending soon. Boss, there's still time left. Take out as many vehicles as you can. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Прием! Всем боевым группам, это КП. У нас проблема. Тревога по всем постам.
哦，会比亚呀。
Roger that.
Конец связи.
Remaining. Reinforcements have stopped. No targets remaining. Boss, exfiltrate the hot zone.
如果你有家庭志愿的话，你就选家庭志愿。一般的 PV 就是2帧到而已。
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
呜呼！重试了好几次，终于。就是那个要摧毁装甲车那一关。有很多装甲车要摧毁。
Mission complete. I guess it all worked out in the end.
然后装甲车要主线呢？对啊，只是他后来主线要重过。大概第6关还是第7关吧。因为他大概玩到后面的关卡的时候，他这些主线呢又从头来，然后但是难度变高。
I'd only just deployed the security team. I've sent in a rescue team to help, but they haven't returned. Boss, I need you on this. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
小岛应该后来也是恶搞吧，很多关卡都重复，你玩到后来就知道了。
Here we go again. There's been another outbreak in the laboratory. The
对啊，
quarantine platform. We sent a team to investigate and recover the survivors, but they haven't returned.
Nothing on the radio either. We got a backup team ready to go. Just give the order and
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you... There's no need for that.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
We have no idea what's going on
Exactly. Anyone still alive's at their breaking point. Last thing we need is another unit storming in.
那个神秘应该是说秘境冒险的，秘境探险。
Fine.
哦，真的哦。
First
可是他们应该是他们是
check how
合
much
作
the
还是竞
infection
争
has
的？
spread. Rescue comes next.
哦，真的哦。
After we know the situation. When you're ready to move, just use the iDroid.
哦，合作好哦。合作的，对战的，真的吗？求生新的资料片哦。
We have no idea why the parasite has showed up again. I thought we took care of it. We need more information. Find out what's going on, boss. Select the mission on your iDroid.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. operation.
那你现在就小叶，你现在就开始玩挑战室啊？
Please select a mission.
不哦。没办法，它是以那种什么标准时间啊，不是台湾时间啊，它是以世界标准时间啊，所以可能是时差问题，我们才会现在才放。可能对，可能就是刚刚好。因为时差问题就是真的没办法解决啊，各国都不一样。
Let's go over the situation again. We've got another parasite outbreak in the laboratory on the quarantine platform.
应该是差2个小时，对，日本的话就差1个小时。哦，what is it？ 我是这里吗？我是。
What is this? No idea.
你是啊。 Who are you？ 不是个人。哦，变僵尸了。
What the? Shit!
而且是从整个宇宙变僵尸。
We've sealed all the exits to keep it from spreading. No one's getting out.
只是可能不更新，没有办法线上。
One of the researchers inside managed to isolate the parasite behind the outbreak. He faxed over his findings. Code Talker's analyzing them now.
Why this new outbreak, despite our inoculation? This is still unclear. Introducing the Wolbachia to the infected prevented symptoms during the last epidemic. The parasites lodge in the victim's throat, forming a mating pair. But the Wolbachia turns the male to female. Two females can neither copulate nor lay eggs. That's why the rescue team went in with more Wolbachia.
那你们等下测一下连线吧，不知道可不可以一开始可不可以连线。
They should not be capable of laying eggs. Yet, we have a new outbreak. And the Wolbachia have no effect. I pray this is not some new strain. If it is,
then someone may have brought it here. If there's a spy running around.
For now, we must focus on discerning the outbreak mechanism. The cases show another alarming new development. It is now even more difficult to tell who is infected. The eggs propagate out of sight. No external symptoms. One who appears healthy may be dying on the inside.
What the hell happened in there? Boss, I still can't raise the rescue team I sent in. We know how to proceed if we just knew how to ID the symptoms. Finding that out is part of your job in there. Head to the quarantine tent. Hang on, Snake. We've just had a transmission from inside. Here's the audio.
It all makes sense now. I win.
Where's it coming from?
Unknown. It cut off before we could get a fix.
你说太空战士？
Think he means the parasite? No way to know. But right now, that's all we've got.
哎，那它的首页标题是写《最终幻想》。
We'll have to close the tent behind you, boss.
Okay.
Don't think the infection's airborne, but
对，有点期待的说。 没有，有点期待他会选什么当做
Find the source of that
那
transmission,
个
boss.
中文标题，
Find our man.
我是写勇者斗恶龙。嗯，对。
What is it?
Something sweet. I can smell it even through the mask.
The rescue team reported that too. Said it smelled like ripe fruit. We cannot allow the infection to spread. If anyone shows symptoms, you must put them out of their misery.
That includes me.
Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
Hmm? 哦，真的哦，连他也有做潜入模式。哦，那还是要当正式。
Has died.
Stay back! Stay back!
He's got a mask. He's with the rescue team. And the guy from before. Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up.
Staff member has died.
Another transmission.
Step aside, boss. I just want to watch. We can't die in this hell. I'm not infected.
好要。这样就这样，一直选英雄度对。现在这个剧情，小兵会一直自杀，然后每自杀一个，我就英雄度就损3值。
He's wearing a mask. He's part of the rescue team. Looks like he's not the one who sent the message. I'd like to hear what he has to say, but you need to keep going.
对，没错。对啊。
I have analyzed part of the data that was faxed out. It appears even those who barely spoke became symptomatic. This must be some kind of mutation.
Oh, 呀，一顿沮丧。什么东西？哦，我看完了，快给我看。对啊，还不错。你去那个 PS Store，就可以看得到新的动画，有5篇吧。嗯。 然后那个金头发原来是个胖子，很好笑。对啊，也剪太夸张。有点凉。对对对，但是他还蛮有趣的啦。
Boss, what the hell happened?
At least you're okay.
What's going on?
I win. I'm no snail.
Damn it.
So he sent the transmission. Seems like he had a way of IDing who's symptomatic. But what was he trying to say? Snail. Yes, of course. It all makes sense now.
这一代看来不用买武器
Do
了，
not let anyone showing symptoms get outside.
想要什么武器自己
As
变出来就好
infection
了。
progresses, it triggers an overwhelming urge to get out in the open. That's the parasite controlling them. Once outside, the birds will feed on infected bodies, spreading the parasite on land. The whole world will be infested. No!
呀，来吧。哦，我知道了，长枪，长枪我也觉得蛮帅的。啊？居然是用标枪来说明长枪。法师训练师有没有搞错？
You have to shoot, boss. We can't let them outside. Damn it. We can't allow any contagious individuals to leave. That's it. That's good. You still have those goggles. If you see a glow in someone's throat, that means they are infected. And all you can do is give them a quick death. He's infected. Kill him, boss. We can't save him now.
Analysis, Margaret Place. Margaret Place. The analysis is complete.
Don't kill me!
No, you are fine. Yes. Next.
Then,
Okay.
Sorry.
Ooh. Good job. Good work. Good. Okay, okay. Ooh.
Is that where the group came from? Do you think they locked themselves in there out of fear of the rescue team?
Then, as the symptoms worsened, the parasite took over and convinced them to leave.
Guess it's empty now.
Oh,真的哦。
For me! They're going outside! No, we're dead anyway!
Snake! You just killed your own...
Wow, 这么多人。
Nobody asked for your opinion.
You expect me to just stand by and watch this?
这一次有讲究视觉。真的。Let me out! Let me out! What the fuck? What is he touching? Yeah. Of course, man. 这个。Well.
I looked at the staff list, and there are still people you haven't checked. If they're not infected, bring them out. Otherwise, eliminate them.
还有谁呀？
Can't take this anymore. Everybody's dead. Please, kill me, boss. If I'm gonna die anyway, I want it to be by your hand. Kill me, boss! Kill me! You coward!
Has died.
对。莫名其妙就。好吧，我不会再犹豫了。 还有我们一个一个杀了我们自己的小弟。真的。不行吗？帮我找。哎呀，原来头部射击还有加分呢！来，这样。哎呦 ，You are fine。有啊，啊是哦。
You're insane, Snake! He was one of your men!
Mm-hmm. 哎，给我看一下你的喉咙啊！哎呀，可惜啊！哎呀，压抑啊！Are you okay? No.
What?
You yourself said we're a family!
Yeah.
Or was it all lies?
我也不想，每一个我都杀得很痛苦，所以只好都是抓回来的。所以为了达到他们最大的功用，我必须打头，因为爆头有加分。OK， 他们已经充分的达到他们的价值。对，死前都还让我加了分。啊，死光光了！我的。
Oh, it's too dangerous.
哎呀呀呀！好吧，期待你们的连线报告了，将来。哎呀。对啊。这有什么好对战的？我觉得应该是连那个我个人觉得应该是连线挑那种大型幻兽吧，巴姆特。把它做的像 Master Fight 一样。来，这样拿。拜拜。杀光了吧？防弹的卫浴设备啊，还有一个，好了 ，Are you okay?
Shooting your own men.
Welcome.
That's not the big boss I knew.
打没？还有谁？报上名来。 我来看看还有谁，要好像要把这边的小兵都杀完。有 CD 的时间就对了。
Hang on, boss. Is he wearing a mask? He might not be infected. Examine him with those goggles. Carry the rescue team member to the exit. He's the only one not infected.
Your map has been updated.
哦，终于找到一个人，唯一没被感染的。
Got a survivor. Unlock the door. Wait. I don't think I made it after all.
What? You just checked him. Could it have progressed this quickly? Boss, take another look at him with the goggles.
哪里？
He is infected. I don't believe it.
Complete.
Through my wounds. They're waiting now.
有。
All of them. Do it. Please, boss.
I'm sorry, boss.
Has died.
很久。少年，婴儿肥。
There's nothing we could have done for them. We're all grateful.
It's your fault! They're dead because of you!
What?
He's right. I killed him with my own hands.
They were on your side! I'm on your side! And you turned them all to ashes!
They wanted you to shoot. It was that or be burned alive. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Wait.
小黑人还蛮帅的。
I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I will always be with you. Plant your roots in me. See you in his ashes. You're all diamonds.
We're not burying them at sea.
哦，是
What
哦，
then?
随时接力。
We'll make diamonds from their ashes. Take them into battle with us.
A shining light to our brothers in arms. Even in death.
Good.
We are diamond dogs.
对啊，可有可无的一只，应该是说最好不要有的一只，因为我已经有了。嗯哼。
Mission
Boss.
updated.
I don't know how you do it. All I could do was obsess over revenge, doubting my comrades along the way. But even after all we've accomplished, the phantom pain never let up. If anything, it just got worse. But you understood that from the start, didn't you? From the moment you opened your eyes in that hospital, you knew it wouldn't go away. Yet you've been fighting the pain and confronting your phantoms the whole time. Knowing full well the battle would never end, not till the day you die. I respect that now, more than ever. It's an honor and a privilege, Big Boss.
哦，而且他老了，对不对？但是其他人好像年纪没有变，好像是因为他使用魔法会牺牲他的寿命。对啊。
Unit dispatched.
对啊，真的是还不错。
Please specify a project.
嗯哼。嗯哼。用那个魔法，对。嗯哼，他们那个魔法就不能用。Yeah， 我就是这时候觉得那个超帅。说。应该。有可能哦。他这个样好像就不会。Good 哦。
Unit dispatched.
嗯哼。哎，对，我刚看 PSN 啊，有看门狗一代，才200多块而已。对啊，我决定要买的一代，而且是 就 PS4的。嗯哼，反正便宜。也是真的，他做的不是好像不是很好玩，但是我觉得是我们那时候人太多，然后没有慢慢去玩它，而且我们是以那个什么在玩 GTA 5的那个什么的前那个什么的原则去玩的，对的心态去玩的，然后就觉得说做的不怎么样，可是事后想一想，应该不要把它当 GTA 玩，会很好玩。对，那应该是一个很会靠北的一个人。真的。所以后来我想想说，200多块我来买一下好了，然后再加上对吧？而且季票也是，它还有季票嘛，也是才200多。你可以。啊，我跟你讲，你要赶快上去，它打折只到20几号而已。对，没有，我看一下。 因为最近那个啊，他们的那个什么感恩节啊，才会有大回馈。嗯哼。然后还有乐高星际大战，如果你有兴趣的话，我是不会买的。嗯哼，然后你要的那个什么星际大战战场前线啊，也有打折哦，4折还是5折？嗯。嗯哼，到29号，也就是今天11月29。嗯哼，所以要买要今天买。嗯哼，对啊，今天就29了。嗯哼，OK，好了，那我要先下线了。嗯，加拿，拜拜。